had the day off because shit's a bit slow at work, but so bugger it, don't waste a day, start making a new knife. Hung back yesterday a little bit and just flattened out. It's fairly flat. One of these leaf springs that I'm using to make my blades out of. Nice little local suspension supplier, lets me scrounge through their bin for bits and pieces, which is pretty nice of them. I'll have to make them a knife just to say thank you at some stage. So I'll give you a quick little look at my workshop. Fucking laugh, but that's all I need at the moment. Started my next blade. Sort of going to look like that. Everything's subject to change, of course. Quick look at my last one. Little hard fucker it is. Mate was hacking on the fence just for a laugh, but it's not going to damage this thing. I would have liked to polish it a bit more, but got to talk the wife into letting me buy a belt sander linisher with a polishing wheel. But it's my first. It's not bad. Getting there. So this is essentially all I use to make these bloody things. I mean, it's going to progress and advance as funds become available, but hack them out with a thin ass disc on a grinder. Can't get into every little corner, but that's what grinders were made for. So a bit more grinding, work the outside edge first, get the shape I want, and then I'll work on the blade. I'm trying to go for a full flat grind on this one. Might even take it to work for the machinists and get one of the night shift blokes to stick it in a machine while he's running something else. But worst case scenario, I'll just sit there with a bloody 9-inch grinder. Good old 9-inch grinders, they help out a fair bit. But that is essentially my workshop. It's a bit of a mess, but I've always worked like that, and when it starts to become too annoying I might clean up. I sort of had a little bit of a tidy up, so I've got at least clear space. But that is my belt sander at the moment. That with some various bits and pieces. We've got all the different sizes on that thing there. It's a pretty handy little thing, but of course I'm using it for stuff that it was not designed to be used for, but if you can't buy it, MacGyver it. It works pretty good. Chew through the things, you're really working on essentially a patch of sandpaper that big, so you chew through them real quick. Works good. Clamp. Just remember, if you're going to clamp a drill to a bench, make sure it's got at least some sort of steel on it, otherwise you end up crushing it. As it is, it works. It works for now. I wouldn't want to do it too much because that's a good drill. But essentially all we do is, of course I got a wobbly ass sawhorse I found when I was cleaning up the house when we first bought it, but clamp it. Invaluable, these little suckers. C-clamps, vice grip clamps, handy as hell. But essentially I'll just clamp it like that, shape it out, and then start grinding. Anytime my two young kids get me to the point where I'm a little bit fed up, I'll just come out here, as long as it's within reasonable hours, and grind for a while. I mean, I'm a boilermaker by trade, so metalwork comes sort of fairly second nature to me. They just annoy me, so I love them to death, but they're annoying as hell sometimes. So this is my venting tool, essentially. Make some blades. I still got to make one for my brother's birthday. I owe him about 6 years worth of birthday presents, but whatever. He might get this one if it turns out good. Should look nice. I mean, it started out template out of an old beer carton box. Best template material. Nice stiff card, and you get to drink the contents while you're designing. I lengthened the blade a bit, because even though it's just cardboard, you still can actually get the a balance point in it. So I found the balance point's about just in front of the bolster. I think that's what it's called, but that's about works right. I had to lengthen the blade a bit, but see how this one balances. Well, if I balance it just in front of the bolster there, once material's taken off there and material's added to there, hopefully I have a well-weighted knife for this one. Thinking I might make one up a bit more in a Bowie style next, just for a laugh. Anything I ever do is only for shits and giggles anyway, but sometimes it turns out good. Anyway, I'll update you on the progress, because for my awesome, 2, 3 subscribers that I've got, cheers for that anyway, because shit, I didn't think I'd ever get anywhere. I thought I was just doing it to hear myself self-talk. But I hope you appreciate it. Any ideas, suggestions? Because I would like to actually get to a point where I could maybe, I don't know about selling them for a profit, but selling them to break even to sort of sustain my hobby. So if you do like them, subscribe, of course. Always appreciate a new subscriber. I do try to answer anything that anyone asks me. Not that they do very much, but still. I know it's it's one of my longer videos, but whatever. I'm enjoying this. I quite enjoy a bit of blacksmithing, grinding. I had to flatten it out with an oxy torch. Heat the blade thing up. There we go. Metalworking thongs. That's the go. But yeah, had to flatten it out with an oxy. So shears are annealed, mostly. So before I drill any holes in there, I'm going to have to take it back to work, because I haven't got an oxy torch here. Get that little fucker cherry red so I can actually drill holes in this stuff, because it is bloody hard steel. But, so I'll anneal it, punch some holes for the pins, and then when I get to the point of, after I've ground this out most of the way, I don't want to grind it too far, because if I go and harden it and quench it and temper it and all that sort of shit, if that blade edge is too skinny, I'll get a big wobble in the sucker and it will be useless. Not even good for a wall hanger. It'll be a piece of shit. So don't want to grind too much out initially. That's why I want a belt sander too, so I can actually get a nice flat grind on that sucker. But I'm thinking actually might even, because it's annealed now, it's a little bit softer, I might be able to do a bit of a hammer tone finish. Sit there with a ball peen hammer and just bang away on the sucker until I get a nice little peppering of hammer tone up where the flat grind is going to stop. Then you have full thickness material at the top, just in case you want to split a bit of timber or something. But yeah, I might do a hammer tone finish. It's all experimentation, all for fun. Shit, anyone can do it. But I'll leave you with that. Cheers for that. See ya.